if you can hear me. You hear me, Frank? Here we go. Here we go. I don't know how loud my audio is. I'm fooling around with this microphone. Nice. Here we go.
T-minus 10, 9, 8. We have a go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rockets Radios. We'll see. Already getting alerts saying error, but I'm going to keep going. We'll see what goes. So a bunch of stuff on the docket today. Let's see. Frankie, how's my audio there? If I need to raise it up or... Echo. Let's see here. Settings. Monitor off. All right, so I got audio input capture monitor off. Wondering how I turn off the echo. Echo. Let's see. Close. I wonder, what about now? Is my audio still coming in? Interesting. Very, very interesting. 2 audio sources into OBS. Oh, I do. You're right. You are right, my friend. 2 audio sources. How's that? Hey, look at that. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Dave. Who else is in there? Who else is hanging out? I got three viewers. All right. Well, now that we got the audio sorted out. So good morning, everyone. Lots in space news. I just wanted to cover a few things. I'm going to go here. As always, I like to share this. And we'll go here. What is this called? So that's I just dropped the Google Docs again. So FM table, I still need to update it. It's been a busy week, but you got all the frequencies you need to input into your radio. You get the uplink, the CHsT tone, the RX downlink with Doppler shift, and then it gives you a little cheat sheet right here: acquisition of signal, quarter through pass, mid pass, 3/4 of the way through pass, loss of signal. Remember, SO50 has that opening tone, so if you're not getting in and hearing yourself on the downlink, you want to key this up for 3 seconds, the different CHsT tone, and then it should activate the 10-minute window for the satellite. A bunch of different things in here. AO91, for those that are always questioning, AO91 still works. It's just very, very choppy, very weak, and it only works during the daytime. So if you don't have any sun those batteries are going to be junk. Update on QMR Kuwait 2. I haven't received anything about Logbook of the World or QRZ entering this satellite into their database. So as of right now, if you do log contacts, they turned the repeater on last weekend, and I was able to get. Okay, good morning, Chris. So I was able to get 4 contacts on the satellite when I went to go log it. You can dummy fill it into QRZ, but Logbook of the World will not recognize it. So just be mindful of that. They're still up in the air and debating whether or not they're going to what they're gonna name it. Everybody says RS95S, but you know how that goes. And then SSTV, a bunch of different active ones going on in here. I actually need to fix that color. I don't know why that is. Ruzevka was active last week, I believe, or at the very least, it was sending images down. So check that satellite out and get into there and see what they're transmitting on. I don't think it's the SSTV thing. I think it might be the L band that they're transmitting images down on. Again, for those that can or cannot work IO86, they're always active throughout the weekend. They have a couple of events coming up. And I believe UMCA 1 right here, UMCA 1 should be active this weekend. So stand by for that one. Excuse me. Silversat's up there doing its thing. I still need to finish this SSDV sheet. And then, of course, upcoming, we have, so Spinny 1 is in orbit, and I do believe it has SSDV on it. So keep an eye on that, and we can go through that here in a little bit. A bunch of different satellites were dropped during the rideshare. SpaceX's Transporter 16. So EMFM Momiji, they're still prepping their birds, but as it sits right now, they're still scheduled for the rideshare Transporter 17. So that's what I got. So if you need a copy of that Google Drive, share it around. It seems to be very helpful for people. So if you could share it out, the wider distribution, the better. Okay, so let's see. I don't know if I want to get into this just yet. Oh, so excuse me, guys. Here, let me show you this. So it's a Saka Cube. So UMCA is active this weekend, but also Saka Cube. Here's their schedule. So if you guys have time to get some of those images, get on RS18, and at the very least, hop on, record it with your phone, and then record it and then decode it later. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Chris. I'm thinking the same thing. That would be the goal, right? Oh, hey, Mark. What's going on, buddy? Not yet. As a matter of fact, Boondock Echo. I think Mark still has the $30 off sale going on. So if you guys want to record your radio, this is a great option. I haven't set mine up yet, but that is a project for this weekend, so I will be getting into that. Very handy device if you're looking to record and go through. It will send you alerts off of specific keywords. It's a fantastic device, and I'm very excited to get that up and running. I will be putting it on my 2 meter. Now that I think about it, Mark, it would have been really handy to have that during the typhoon, and then recording it, especially getting notifications. Even though, yeah, drop your link, Frankie. Absolutely. It's a very handy device. I think everybody that is able to get one should have one, especially if you're in a weather-prone area. Again, it would have been handy during the typhoon. I could have recorded stuff with what little sleep I got. If I were sleeping, and I could get a notification on my phone saying, "Hey, somebody's looking to get in there and talk to you." So, yeah, and Frank, are any other mods in there? If you guys want to drop links throughout, you're more than welcome to. This is a free form stream, so it doesn't bother me. Oh, thank you, Mark. I gotta really fix that pop check cutoff. So Frank, just so you're aware, it's not cutting off in my in the pop chat. We'll have to figure that out on the back end one of these days. You want to do some science experiments dealing with polarization from signals in the sky. I got some cool ideas I can science with the best of them. That would come in handy, especially for us folks that are working the FM birds, Chris, and twisting and turning. There's got to be a better way to know what the polarization is. I just do it by ear, and try to kind of finagle the polarization. But there's, like you said, there's got to be some sort of science that could science the shit out of it in there. I did put in for the, here, I'll just show you guys. This is a really cool, and I didn't have it prepared, but since we're on the topic, we can go over this. So I know that there's not a lot on the market as far as rotators are concerned. So the guys that made the Kraken SDR make this thing called the Discovery Dish. Hey, good morning, two-way radios, GMRS. GMRS help Lynchburg City, GMRS. Very cool. All radio is awesome radio. So definitely, if you guys don't have your GMRS license, it's $35 a year, or for 10 years, no test required. It's a fantastic secondary option. And believe it or not, GMRS is actually fairly busy out here, which is telling you something. It's probably fairly busy in the States. Get your GMRS license. Very handy to have. Opens you up. So Discovery Drive. Again, the folks that brought you Kraken SDR, they've already reached their goal for the crowdfunding. And I know $7.99 you can get the Azel rotor, the what is it, the G5500 from Yaesu. This is a lot more compact form factor. Very, very compact. It's meant to work with their dish, their Discovery Dish. But it's very compact. It's weatherproof. You got the two motors in there, and you can throw a Yagi on there, whatever else you want to. You could put a L-band satellite on. Well, so the cool thing about the Discovery Dish is it has all the different feeds. So let me show you Discovery Dish. So for anybody that's interested in snooping on weather satellites and things like that, this is right up your alley. So it's very simple to do. All you really need is an RTL SDR and SDR++, and then of course dump your recordings into SatNogs, and you get the images. So this is a Discovery Dish. It's fairly small, very inexpensive. Their stock looks to be that it's going to deliver in July, but it comes with different feeds. So you get L band, S band, Inmarsat, the hydrogen line feeds. So yeah, L band, Inmarsat, hydrogen line. So this is what the feeds look like, and they're interchangeable. They come with the coax already built in. So here's different L band weather, Inmarsat feeds. So the L band's for NOAA, MEDOPS, meteors, hydrogen line, and it's very, very small and compact. You got the outdoor enclosure. You throw your RTL, SDR, and your Pi in there. Very, very cool for those that are interested in that. Watch this video from Save It for Parts. Pretty cool. Yes, you should. You should absolutely sell the rotor you wanting to build, Chris. Absolutely, no harm. The more rotors, I mean, there's not many rotors at all. I think I know of 5, maybe. What was that one that I had pre-ordered? I think Josh had it on his stream, but I pre-ordered that one. That one doesn't seem too weather durable. As far as weather durability rotators are concerned, you pretty much got the Discovery Drive, which is crowdfunding, and then the G5500. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, Frank. If like I said, if GMRS is popular out here, I'm sure it's fairly popular in the States, especially with the off-roading guys, the Badlands, the wherever off-roading. Right. So, covered that. What other notes do I have here? All right. So I wanted to go. So just the other day, the Kakushin Rising launch from JAXA, the rideshare, just took place. No, not yet. I got to do that this afternoon. Where'd you go? I think the chat stopped. Yeah, the chat stopped working again. Anyhow, no, I have not reached out to Alpha yet. But I am going to be reaching out today. Which one should I get, the junior or the senior? N1AQ. It's always like a squirrel moment in here. Okay. I lost my train of thought. Okay. So while I just saw your post on polarization science, what is you working on? All right. So again, the Kakushin Rising launch took place. What was it, yesterday or the day before? Day before. On the 23rd. So it launched and it had eight aboard. Rocket Lab did the coverage on it. It had 8 satellites aboard, and we'll take a peek over here. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio.
Gathering is disabled.
Should be able to hear the audio. Senior, okay.
Stage 1 and Stage 2 tanks are pressed for flight.
Thank you, N1AQ.
High flow engine purge enabled.
Thank you, Frankie. So, I mean, this launch gets into a whole nother realm of stuff that we can go through here in a minute. But something fun to watch. And for those that are on my Discord, Frank, if you can drop my
20
link,
seconds and counting.
if you're able to, join the Discord. We always do watch parties for the various launches and different events.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Then
3,
we have it as Brazil.
2, 1.
That I don't know.
Vehicle is going to pass. Launch pass.
I'm curious, Mark, if that one from, God, why can I not think of the name? While we're watching this, let me look it up.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Liftoff confirmed, and Kakushin is rising with Electron from Launch Complex 1. We are on our way to orbit for JAXA, and pitchover has begun to place the launch vehicle on its correct trajectory south over Antarctica.
We're building up horizontal velocity now before Electron is expected to pass through max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure, sorry. We should hear a call out from mission control that we've cleared it momentarily.
Oh, is it the PSR 100? PSR 100 is what I'm thinking of.
Cleared max Q.
And there's the call out for max Q. Those 9 Rutherford engines have accelerated Electron past 2,200 kilometers an hour and more than 18 kilometers above Earth, now just a minute and 30 seconds after liftoff. Next up for the rocket will be main engine cutoff, otherwise known as MECO.
With Electron's boost through Earth's atmosphere almost complete, the first stage's role in this mission is wrapping up, since the engines have chewed through most of their fuel supply. The Rutherford engines will soon shut down completely, which will allow the rocket's second stage to separate. With a bit of distance between them, the second stage's sole Rutherford engine will then ignite to carry on the mission's momentum to orbit. And those events occur as MECO, stage separation, and second stage engine startup, all of which we can expect to hear from our operators again soon in mission control.
Up to 30 feet, then inverted L. Just got Germany and Marshall Islands. Man, if I had my HF up, I took it down for the
15
storm.
seconds to staging.
But you would have been able to get me if you were getting the Marshall Islands. Well, I have so much to do still from the storm. Work gets in the way of my regular life. What a pain in the ass.
MECO confirmed.
Stage separation confirmed.
Yeah, but Mark,
Stage ignition confirmed.
that's the problem with helical, especially with like L band.
That is MECO, stage 7,
You have to get the
second
right,
stage engine ignition as expected,
whether it be
as Kakushin
the
Rising continues
right
on
hand or
to
left
orbit.
hand.
And in just a few seconds,
But all
Electron's
FM are-
payload fairing will split and
are
fall away
what-
in 2 halves.
not
That will be the
helically
first time
polarized.
that Kakushin Rising will be exposed to space.
What to deal with polarization mission? If you rotate a Yagi. Yeah, so they make circularly polarized antennas, like a cubical quad. Helps
nice
out with that.
clean payload fairing jettison there, and
And they
another
do make
Electron launch
cubical
milestone
quads
complete.
handheld.
Electron's second stage is cruising along nicely at more than 8,700 kilometers an hour, now 125 kilometers
Look at that
above
view.
Earth on its way to its 540 kilometer circular orbit.
Very, very cool.
We have a few minutes
This
until
was-
our next
this
event for
coverage was
Electron,
done very
which is
well.
battery hot swap maneuver that takes place for the stage 2 Rutherford engine.
I'm just glad
That's
the
scheduled to
launch
happen at
actually made it.
approximately 6.5 minutes into this mission.
Yeah, I mean, JAXA's been having some serious problems with their launches. The one a couple weeks ago had failed, and they had some really good amateur radio satellites aboard. No, nothing yet, Frankie. Surprisingly, I haven't heard or got a call about anything. And I did take a drive. Well, the beach ended up on the main road, most of it.
Electron's second
but
stage
yeah,
engine
I took a
burn
peek around
continues
the Assen-
nominally for Kakushin Rising,
the Assen
with this
beach
phase of the mission
where
focused
the Marines
entirely
landed,
on
and I
building
didn't
orbital
see any.
velocity before those satellites are released. Guidance systems are steering Electron with precision toward the mission's 540-kilometer target orbit.
All right, I'm going to turn this lady down. There we go. I want to touch it to see. Mark, did you see that picture of the jet, and on the thrust whatever you call it. There was a handprint, and the caption said, "I bet you that person only did that once."
Operators are closely monitoring the vehicle's performance in the lead up to the second stage's battery hot swap event. So the Rutherford engine relies on batteries to drive its electric propellant pumps. But as the second stage burns through the original battery's
Yeah,
power,
it's just a handprint
it must
on the
transition to a fresh set of batteries mid-flight
the
to
thrust
keep the engine
plate.
burning to full
It said, "I
duration.
bet you did that once," or something like that. Very funny.
Battery jettison confirmed. Hot swap successful.
There it is.
Stage 2 propulsion holding nominal.
Battery hot swap confirmed, and the second stage is powering on beautifully for JAXA and Kakushin
I was
Rising.
at the
We got
substation,
another
so
2
Polaris
minutes or
Point,
so of Rutherford
N1AQ.
engine burn time to get us to the mission's transfer orbit. And at this point,
Or are
in the
you in
flight,
APRA?
Electron's second
I know
stage has
Polaris was
completed
pretty
almost
big in
all of
the
its
70s,
mission
and they're kind of
milestones.
bringing it back.
The last remaining steps are second stage engine shutdown and then separation of the kick stage with its satellites, much like what was experienced for stage.
Yeah, Mark, we get lizards all the time, and it absolutely destroys electronic components. But I found one in my breaker when I was in there fooling around because of the storm. But yeah, here, Mark, this is what I was talking about. Looks like someone learned a very, very valuable lesson today. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. All right. So this is what Josh had done a video on. You build it yourself. All 3D printed parts. The PSR 100 from WA4 Kits. The price isn't too bad. I think it's great for what it is. I just like to so note here the Arrow Alaskan antenna will be too heavy for this rotor. So you could get the backpack Arrow, or you could do the elk. But I'm curious if it does I don't think it does polarization. It looks like it's kind of just an as-L, because it's got that kind of holder for your handle. But I mean, the price is decent. It's half of what you would pay for a full-size rotor, but this would be pretty cool to use on a Rove or out on your porch. Here's all the parts that it comes with. 3D printed using resin with good heat resistance and durability. The sun's UV will slowly discolor the resin, so it will end up looking like a stormtrooper outfit after a while in the sun. Does not include antenna, camera, tripod, or battery for portable operation. So it's just another option out there, guys. I think it's great to have something on the market. Oh, Dave, you have one. That's fantastic. You're gonna have to tell us all about it. I would love to hear about it. I had emailed WA4 MCM, and as soon as he gets them back in stock, I will hopefully be receiving one. So that's fantastic. Doesn't do polarization, but it does track, and it works great with the SAT box. That's fantastic to know, because I have the SAT box, and that's like the first piece of my puzzle for my ground station. So that's good to know. What radio are you using with the SAT box, Dave? I'm curious. That's cool. Yeah. So it's just another option where in this kind of side of the hobby, very niche, it's a good another option, and I'm really excited to get one. So we'll see once it comes in. I know with my block during my live stream, I don't really have enough time to do full projects like that. But I did want to start getting into maybe next weekend. No, not next weekend. I have club meeting, and then and a bunch of other things. So, hey, good morning, Andy. Good to see you. Thanks for joining, brother. 9600, 2730. That's not a bad idea, especially if you're working FM, the 2730. So I use the FTM 150. The guys at CSN don't support Yaesu radios. I've asked a few times. It's not worth it to them, I don't think, especially if it's just the one, the FTM 150. I know I was talking with somebody yesterday. It may have been Bricker that we found out that the 310 is also full duplex. So, but even at that, two FM radios, I don't think is enough motivation for CSN to implement. If Yaesu had an all mode gigahertz, 2 meter 70 centimeter radio like the 9700, then I think they'd be more motivated. But as it sits right now, they only support ICOM and a few others. I think there's some Kenwoods in there, but nothing Yaesu, nothing new anyway. So there's that rotor, and then and here's the big boy that I have coming. So I'm essentially buying all the parts and pieces for my ground station before I actually buy the 9700, in hopes that they maybe come out with something new. Very curious to see. But here's the big boy, 759. It comes with both the AS and the L rotators. You can set them up as a set, or you can separate them. I know Robert, Digital Rancher, is having issues getting the separation kit. But yeah, I got this big boy coming, and I'm pretty excited about it. I think what I may end up having to do is get another Carlson roof tower to do the ground station. The problem being is I have a 2-story house directly out this window. It's not right against my back. I have a backyard, but I have that 2-story, and I need to get up and over it. I have a little piece on that side that I can kind of squidge by the edge of their house, but I think another Carlson, maybe not the 8.5 foot tall one, maybe like a 6-footer. But I do recommend, if you have the space and the time, you guys get one of these guys. So this is the one I got. The Carlson 815 HD. Yeah. So the mounting for the rotators down the bottom, whereas the 810 has the mounting up top with the brace underneath. So it's kind of reverse. But I mean, they have a 50-inch. So very cool. Very, very very easy to work with, very easy to assemble, and it's definitely worth it if you guys are looking to if you have the opportunity to put up a tower, but you don't have the space for a complete full-on tower, then I recommend you guys go with the Carlson. Hey, good morning, Colin. CSN is working on the 2730. I accidentally blew up my sat box trying to get it to work. They fixed it for free and showed me the pieces. How did you accidentally blow up your sat box? I mean, it seems pretty girthy. I mean, it's over there. But yeah, it feels pretty heavy duty. Maybe I'll open it up and see what the guts look like. Very interesting. Okay, so I wonder if I can still do this while you guys are... Okay. There she is. All right. Okay, so with the Kakushin Rising rocket, here's what we got. These are all the birds that were on the ride share. And so this site, next space flight, is a really handy site for those that are interested in launches. What payloads are on those launches? What the live stream link is to watch said launch. So you got the CHsT 02. This one's strictly for demonstrating 3D printed satellites. It's completely 3D printed. So you got that one. A lot of these have amateur radio on them, but not anything we'd be too interested in, unless not to say you guys wouldn't be interested in it, but more so for communication control, that type of thing. So you get the FSI Sat 2 cameras designed to demonstrate that this technology can be deployed and operated in this small of a scale and at low cost. So a lot of these on this rideshare are experimental, testing very specific things. Another really cool one is the Origami Sat. The reason why the Origami Sat is very cool is it's testing various different amateur radio. Yes, entirely 3D printed, and I can get into that here after I go through all these, Chris. So Origami Sat. The reason why this one's cool, and we'll go over here. The antenna system is stowed within a roughly 10 centimeter cube volume and expands to about 25 times its initial projected area after deployment. The large expansion ratio enables a substantial increase in antenna gain compared to the conventional small satellite antennas, demonstrating the feasibility of high-performance communication payloads on nanosatellite. So we're not talking pocket satellite, we're talking nanosatellite. So you think you look at a 10 centimeter cube. It's a very small package, and to be able to fit all this antenna in there, and they use origami techniques, which is the reason why they named it that. So the origami-based folding techniques enables the structure to stow within the standard CubeSat volume and deploy reliably in orbit. So it's pretty cool. So this one's important. So you look at the amateur radio satellites that we got, a lot of them are using tape measure antennas, and they kind of deploy in a spring-like fashion once they get into orbit. So this is a good step toward finding out what is feasible on these in the world of nanosatellites, pocket cubes, cube satellites. So this one's a 3U CubeSat. So very, very interesting. I think it's a great step toward innovation as far as, CubeSats are getting more and more popular. There's just so many manufacturers of CubeSats, different testing teams, a lot of colleges getting involved. And you've got the Mono Nico. This is a demonstration of intelligent power supplies. So again, you've got this one where it's testing 3D printed feasibility. This one's just camera stuff and how it can be deployed in a small scale. You got this one specifically testing antennas and the packed size of the antennas. Then you got the Mono Nico, which is testing intelligent power supplies. And so the good thing about this, so you look at Fox 1B, AO91, with the battery issues that it's having, this intelligent power supply, much like those, I don't know if it's Bioenno or the Bluetooth batteries, the LifePo batteries that we got. This one's testing intelligent batteries, so they can monitor closely to see, you know, what the status is and how they can work smart batteries into the CubeSats. And you got Erica 2. So this is low Earth orbit gamma ray burst monitoring, astronomical phenomena. I did see this morning that they are picking up Erica 2. I believe this was the one that was having command issues on the first 2 passes, but they were able to successfully send it commands, and now it is responding. Prelude is ionospheric fluctuations, which is considered to be a promising precursor in earthquakes. It's got a GNSS receiver to observe total number of electrons in the ionosphere in order to observe the increase in electron density, which is considered to be one of the mechanisms of ionospheric fluctuations. I think this will, I'm sure that this could give us more propagation, ionospheric propagation information. I think it'd be handy. Magnaro are 2 small satellites developed by Nagoya University. This one's really cool, and I think I have it. No, I don't have it here. The Magnaro 2, it splits into 2 separate satellites. And I believe this is the one for catching space debris. So pretty interesting there. And then the Kozin 2R, it has a Yagi-style directional antenna, which extends after deployment. It is designed to study deformation of the Earth's crust under the seafloor. Again, it has amateur radio on it, so I'm curious if the Kozin 2R, once its mission is done, they have a amateur radio package on board that can be used as a transponder or something. Let me catch up on you guys' chat here. Yeah, sales guy I miss. Fun story. When astronauts were in between the Challenger and the next mission, I got to meet one for a special origami presentation. The news was there and everything. I met a few. Yeah, you've met a good handful of astronauts, Bricker, right? My school was one of the many that sent up some Seeds in Space experiment on the Challenger. Hey, look at it calling me. That's calling me on FT8 using my AX call sign prefix. Cool. Yeah, Mark, I think most of the people watching on here probably understand that the Challenger did not make it, sadly. So, all right, back to this. Okay. I'm curious if this is still, no, hang on. Let me do this. All right, let me drag this over here. So, if you remember, I was talking about, where'd it go? Next space flight. So as it turns out, they have an app on your phone. So on here, you've got home, launches, vehicles, starship settings. So you've got all these. I guess I don't need to. I guess I can hold it. 4X test satellites, progress, M34. So this is the home page, and it gives you all the latest news and updates, and so it's pretty cool. So you go to launches, the launches tab, and then these are all upcoming. So we got one today at 22:15. The ones that we're looking at so Viasat 3 is going to drop it's a ride share on the Falcon Heavy. So that'll be a good one to watch. They're going to drop a really large satellite out into orbit. I'm trying to find, let's see. So let's just click on a Starlink group. 29 payloads. So it gives you all the information about the launch. The cool thing is they have a tab for watch the live stream official coverage. So very, very cool app. So if you're interested in any of that any of that type of stuff, like let's go here, previous. Where is it? Bubbles, Kakushin Rising. So we'll click on this, and closer to liftoff time. So here's the mission details. I mean, you got, watch the video, view the article, and it gives all the payload information. So you have all these satellites that we just went through. So you get an idea of what is going up on that ride share prior to it launching. And as the launches get closer, it'll start updating. It'll start updating the payload. So this one's already updated. This is a Russian launch, T-minus 23 hours. It's very cool to be able to see the payload information. Starlink usually, unless it's a rideshare, that what I found is they don't usually put. What is that? I don't know how to get out of that. Anyhow, let's get out of that. So it's a very cool app. It's called Next Spaceflight, or yeah, Next Spaceflight. So if you're interested in that, they do have a phone app, and you can set it to have different notifications and things. So again, we usually do watch party. We did a watch party on the Discord for the Artemis. The Rideshare Transporter 17 is going to be another big one. And there's going to be a lot of satellites that of interest to us. And there's already a bunch of satellites that have committed to the transporter mission. A lot of the satellites that have committed are going to be using the EXO launch systems, and basically a CubeSat deployment system. And there's various configurations. EXO launch is manifested. Oh. So these are committed satellites already. Video, you have more video, surveillance, SDR, the DewaSat is a Dubai satellite using LoRa. Where is the one I want to show you guys? New Space. So, where is it? There was one in here. 8 Phosphosats. So we've got a lot of different committed satellites. Let's see here. Oh, so this is one of the main ones I wanted to show that has committed to the Transporter 17 mission. What are you guys talking about over here? Let's see. We flew out to see one, but was of course bumped. I don't know if for the launch we left. Oh yeah, Chris, my NASA order just shipped. I got a notification this morning. You know, Mark, I think there is a reason Space Force is a thing. I'm curious if they'll ever allow EOD to join the space. If they'll have a branch of service for EOD in the Space Force. That'd be pretty cool. Where does it say? Holding on to the firecracker, someone's hands doesn't explode. Yeah, don't hold on to. You can hold on to a firecracker as long as it's small and your hand isn't closed. It still hurts, but be it as it may. So, the Marina spacecraft. It's a 1U CubeSat. It's going to be on the Falcon 9 Transporter 17. Very, very exciting. Slovakian. Marina 1 is a 1U CubeSat to support global amateur radio community with various ham services and activities. This nano satellite will serve exclusively to support the global amateur radio community. So this is a very important satellite for us because that means we get another satellite, and because it's not on a JAXA rocket and it's on the Falcon 9, we're almost guaranteed to have a successful launch. I'm going to knock on wood. But it has a planned lifetime of 5 years, which is pretty good. It's going to have SSTV. The project represents a significant opportunity for amateur radio community, not only in terms of communication possibilities, but also education. Low requirements for ground equipment will allow the involvement of students, novice radio amateurs, and experienced operators. The satellite will serve as an experimental platform for testing new digital protocols and communication techniques in real space environment. So I'm very excited about this one, and matter of fact, I got to add it to my list. And then we've got the Marmot Sat. So here's another one, and I've only pulled a few guys specifically for discussion. So here, this is, again, it's committed to the Falcon 9 Transporter 17. This is Canadian. And the launch broker is ExoLaunch. The core mission of Marmot Sat is training of highly qualified personnel in radio communications as well as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics via participation in real-life amateur radio-themed 3-use CubeSat mission. It is focused on the provision of two-way digital communication services and novel radio communication experiments to amateurs around the globe, as well as facilitation of citizen, amateur, and university science related to the ionosphere, which is of key interest to amateur radio operators worldwide. We do like the ionosphere due to its close correlation to HF propagation. In addition, another focus of the mission is the space qualification of major new open access amateur radio communication hardware and software project, the Modular CubeSat Radio. So a lot of these, and not this iteration. It's too far gone past, but the Kikuchian Rising is kind of a precursor to what they're going to attempt to start implementing in these new CubeSats. And what I've noticed is the going trend on a lot of these CubeSats, the newer ones anyway, they're really leaning heavily on digital amateur radio payloads, which is fine. Nothing wrong there, but the packages that they're creating and installing into these CubeSats don't just cater to digital. So it's really cool. So traditional amateur experiments flown on the Marmot Sat are a half duplex IO 117 style digipeater and CW telemetry beacon on VHF, and a 10-meter CW telemetry beacon DVB S2 beacon compatible with blah 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 Q100 style transmissions. On 10-meter, providing live video feed for reception by amateurs, and an onboard camera. trans-ionospheric sounding experiment to facilitate the study of the ionosphere, and will also be conducted. To this end, the HF amplifier from the DVB-S2 experiment is reused for the provision of a linear frequency modulated signal. So, in other words, we're getting a lot of amateur radio satellites that are going up on the rideshare on the 17, the Transporter 17. So it's fairly exciting. Are we flat earthing in the comments? Flat earthing. More like marble. Bubble is typically on a flat surface. Just checking. Oh, I see where you, yeah. So there's a lot of information out there. I really only lean toward what CubeSats are actually committed to the Transporter 17 right now. And as we get closer, the launch is no earlier than June for the Transporter 17. There's a lot of folks that are getting their hand into Transporter 17, especially after the success of 16. So it's something to watch, something to be aware of. If you guys are working satellites, get on NanoSat's database, get on Gunter's space page. There's a lot of great resources out there, and just kind of pay attention to what, regardless of the mode, if there's an amateur radio satellite payload, we can look forward to some manner of SSTV, SSDV, transponders, whatever the case may be. So I'm already tracking at least 4 that are going to be on the Transporter 17 rideshare, and 2 specifically, the ones I showed you, the Marina and the Marmoset, specifically catering to the amateur radio community. And then news. So again, don't forget the CHsT SSTV event is starting tomorrow UTC, or no, today UTC. No, 1200. So 12 hours from now, the CHsT SSTV event will start. So right when you guys probably wake up. But get those SSTV images. Let's see what else I got for news. So here it is again. And just be aware that they are pausing on the 26th to the 27th. So they're pausing for 12 hours. The 26th through the 27th, and then they're going to start again. Tune in and receive images from space, if you're into that sort of thing. Again, Kakushin Rising. There's another camera angle. Here's the Kozin. Here's what the Kozin 2 looks like with that Yagi. Origami pose. There's another CHsT update. There's the Discovery Drive. So this is what the Discovery Drive looks like with a cubicle quad on it. So if you're trying to get Chernobyl in the logbook, there's the call sign. They're active this weekend. If you can reach out to Russia, try to get Chernobyl in the logbook, that would be pretty cool. And I know most people in this... I'm curious if... where'd he go? Colin, are you able to work IO86 if you're still in the chat? We got an event coming this weekend. As a matter of fact, I have a pass coming at 10 o'clock for IO86 that I should probably pay attention to. Yeah, 56 minutes. So I got to wrap up and get prepped for this. But the Hari Kirtani Curtini event for those that can work the IO86. Yeah, Colin, you should be able to. I think you're close enough to work IO86, but it's a great satellite to work if you want to get in there. So if you need a copy link address, if you want a free ITU handbook, there it is. If that link will work, yeah, there you go. ISS Detector has just added a bunch of various satellites to their app. So Geoscans, the Innosats, SakaCube, Choban, QMR, Kuwait. So there's a bunch of news and information. So this is the iCore 1. It's a big one. So that one is going to be going up on the rideshare. That's from Poland. Snappy. So this is what an EXO launch, one of the different configurations for the EXO launch tubes look like. But yeah, we've got the Snappy. A lot of cameras going on here. You got a camera there, probably all the way around, camera here. So this is another one that's committed to the rideshare. Oh no, this one's on the CHsT 500. So this is coming up on the 2nd. The 2nd of May should be, let's see, launches. Where is it? Where's that CHsT? There. May 3rd. Rideshare payloads. 45 payloads. So there's going to be 45 payloads on this CHsT 500 too. And I need to find out what is on that for the payload. Interesting. So that's coming up here in another 7 days. Be on the lookout for that. Let's see, what are you guys chatting about? You're waiting on your tax check. I was planning on buying my antenna and the 310. I'm not sure how I want to do my setup. That's some really cool ideas. What antenna are you going to go with? The Elk, or are you going to go with the Arrow, Chris? I can't speak on the Arrow because I ordered it on the 27th of March, and shipping was supposed to be 2 weeks to at least ship, and I have yet to see it. Arrow's good. If you're gonna use it portable, I would say get the regular backpack version. Don't get the Alaskan. Alaskan's kind of for Alaska. So if you're in high elevation and stuff like that, and you need the extra gain. But yeah, so I will give a full review on the Arrow once I get it. I'm half tempted to just go order it from HRO, and it would probably get here quicker. So in other updates, I've got my 2 Alpha 87 Alpha amplifiers, waiting on the cord for the 891 and the DX10 so I can test them to make sure they work, but I've got 2 of them, so that's pretty cool. So that's one of the projects. So this is like kind of just a regular computer desk. This is getting taken out. I am doing a butcher block ham shack desk, kind of like Levi KZ. I'm not going to do the angle, but same principle. I'm using the 3/4 inch pipes and fittings to do a regular. I'm going to do a 6 foot long. It's about 27 inches wide, and then I'm going to do a secondary shelf. But I got the wood. I got the raw butcher block yesterday. I've got to stain it today. Wait for it to dry, and then I'm gonna urethane it. But I want to do a design in the wood. So that's gonna be a part of my project. What else? I gotta play with the boondock tomorrow. Looking forward to that, and that should be fun. Hook that up and give it some tests, and really curious on how that will go. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So thank you, Mark, again. Other than that, man, I really don't have much. Bring the head around front. Hang on, Bricker. Stand by. Oh, workbench camera. So this is how I run mine. I don't know if you're going to be able to see or not. So this is how I run mine. I run it just in, I don't take the head out. Because you know, with the island we have yes, it is on the head right there. I just leave everything inside the bag, that way if it does start to sprinkle, I can kind of cinch this up and not get rained on. There's the phone holder. I've just basically ran from this front pocket up the molly and in, and it seems to work well. It's a great chest rig, so the head on the FTM have the mic connection. Yes, they do have it in the head. So if you are looking to run it that way, if you want to disconnect the head, by all means. I run it. I like to run mine in a cage because I'm trouncing through the jungle trying to get to good spots for a pass. But that's, you know, whatever you think. It's all really personal preference. So, let's see. Any other points of discussion? You guys have anything? Anything you guys want to discuss? I am fresh out of topic. Oh, no worries, Colin. Yeah. Anything we can share and disseminate within the community is helpful. But yeah, let me boogie out of here, guys. I gotta get ready for this pass. And if you guys, again, join the Discord, get in there. If you guys have any suggestions for topics you'd like me to cover, let me know. And then, yeah. So thank you all for joining us for the Rockets Radio's live stream, live from the Pacific. I will catch you guys next weekend. I have to get with the coordination group to figure out what day it will be. It'll probably be Sunday, but I'll say 73. And you guys have a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you on Frankie's live stream. Frankie, don't forget to share it. Thank you. Yeah, 73. We'll catch you guys later. everyone.